Come on, you guys were so eager you started without me.
Don't worry, Bob. I waited for you.
I got us some things. I can just see all those bottles of pills that hospital is holding for me right now, and it just needs us to go down there and get them.
Bob, do I have to go?
No, it didn't look like it'd take more than 3 hands to rob that hospital. And besides, Nadine could really be a drag, especially when she didn't feel all that good to begin with. Yeah, why the hell not? You just go ahead and stay here, Nadine. Just don't answer the door and don't go out unless you positively have to. We haven't got a phone here, so you won't be bothered by that. Just lay around and relax, watch a little TV, and get going to see the damnedest collection of narcotics you'll ever hope to see in your life. Besides, there's always another hospital. It's not like if you miss this one, you'll miss them all. I'll no doubt spot or hear of another again pretty soon, and if it's as good as this one, we'll go get it. Just like we're going after this one right now. Hot dog! I can just see all those pretty coloured bottles of pills that hospital is holding for me right now.
Oh, speaking of dogs, Bob, do you think Rick and I could get a dog? A little pup or something, so I'll have something to hold and pet when you are gone.
Nope, no dogs, and that's final.
What do you have against dogs, Bob?
No fucking dogs!
Tell them what happened to the last one we had, Bob.
If you want them to know, Diane, you tell them.
Well, we had a dog once. It was a cockapoo. Cutest little pup you ever did see. Bob saw him out a car we passed in the street. He saw that little dog and he just knew we had to have him. The little fella would follow Bob anywhere he'd go. And if we just went out and left him alone, he'd just lay there and cry until someone came home. Got so bad we had to start hiring kids to babysit the damn thing. Anyway, one night we were cruising through a small town south of here. We were hell-bent on just crashing them those days. So, we spot this poison shop that don't look too bad. You know, not good either, because none of them are really good in this small town. Not for crashing anyway. Hell, the police station is only usually 1.5 blocks away. Anyway, we'd maybe cruised this particular one 3 or 4 times. So, Bob finally says to me, "This is it, it's mine." I stop the car and he jumps out with the crowbar and smashes out the front window and off he jumps into the joint. I then see Panda trying to get out the rolled down window, and I make a lunge for him. My foot came off the brake and we started taking out parking meters. I had to get back under control of the car, and by that time the silly damn dog had jumped into the sidewalk and had run through the hole in the glass window to be at Bob's side. Bob got the drawer, looked down to see the dog, and scooped him up and he ran for the car. They got out and away we went. And not a moment too soon either, because there came the police car right after us. Oh god, I never did think we'd get away. Anyway, away we went. We managed to get rid of the police and Bob thought we'd better throw the stash. So I found a little dirt road that headed into the bush. Drove up it a ways and Bob took the stuff into the bush to hide it. He got in the car and everything was fine. Except now either we had to go back through the town we just ripped off, or head in the direction of the police that was chasing us. We elected to go back through the town, because the police had seen us and we didn't think the town had a very good description of us yet. So, what happened? They got us right in front of the chemist, pulled us over, and shook down the car. By that time, there was cops all over the place, and one of them happened to spot Panda's bloody footprints. He must have cut his foot when he jumped in the store amongst all the broken glass. So off we went to jail. Both of us tried like hell to get Panda out of bail and in one of our friends' care, but the police, they wouldn't go for that. They said no, that he was a material witness and would have to stay in the pound still we went to trial. Bob was arranging to have him busted out. He had contacted some friends and they were going to do it. And then we went to the preliminary hearing. And what do you suppose they brought in to use against us as evidence? Panda's head and feet, that's what. They said he had died from an infection in his cut foot. I never did believe the sons of bitches. I screamed and screamed till they tied me in a chair and gagged me. And every time they brought that poor pup's head and feet into that courtroom, I struggled to scream some more.
Why did they ever bring the poor dog's head in? I can see why they brought the legs, but why the head?
They brought the head in, Nadine, to show what was attached to the legs and so that all the good people of that town could say, yes, that's the dog they had with them, all right. And perhaps they brought it in to watch Diane scream because it was so obvious she was screaming us right down that slippery slide called justice. I mean, if you scream in despair every time they bring your dead puppy into court, there's not going to be much doubt in the jury's head that the dog did belong to us. And that is what got us sent to jail. Diane got 2.5 years, and I got 5, and I never said a word. I never could quite figure that out, but hell, who can figure the law? They'll give a child molester 6 months in the county jail and turn around the same day and send some poor drug addict to jail for 80 years for walking home with a gram of sugared down heroin he's got to put in his arms that night, because if he doesn't, he'll wish he was dead before morning. Who can figure the law? The law can't figure the law. It's off. We're not going to the coast. We're not going anywhere. Do you know what you have just done to us, Nadine, just by even mentioning dogs in our home?
No, I don't, Bob. What did I do?
You just put a 30-day hex on us, that's what. Right now, our luck just flew out the window for 30 days. I wouldn't even cross town with Diane driving for a month. Have we got a calendar, for fuck's sakes? Someone mark it off on the calendar so we'll know when the hex ends. Otherwise, I'll be moping around here for months, waiting for this 30-day period to end. What month is it anyway?
Jesus, Bob. Nobody told us about not saying anything about dogs. How are we supposed to know?
You know why no one mentioned dogs? Because just to have mentioned them would have been a hex itself.
Well, now that we're on the subject, are there any other sacred objects or things we are not supposed to do that will affect our future with you?
As a matter of fact, there are a few, and we might as well discuss them right now, being as how we're shut down for 30 days anyway. Hats. If I ever see a hat laying on a bed in this house, the owner won't ever have an occasion to wear one again, because I'll beat his head so flat the rain will fall to either side of it. And mirrors. Don't ever look at the backside of a mirror, because when you do, you'll affect your future, because you're looking at yourself backwards. Actually, you're looking at your inner self and you don't recognise it, because you've never seen that side of yourself before. But anyways, you can put into motion your future that way, and it can be either good or bad. In any case, we just don't want to take the chance. And there's cats. A lot of people are frightened of just black cats. I don't distinguish their colour, they're all bad. Have you ever noticed how they just look at you sometimes? Like they're superior to you? Well, that's because they are. They can see what is going to happen in your future, and they can read your future, especially if you sit on one, step on one's tail, or in any way piss one off. So I just stay clear of the whole mess of them. The main thing is to just remember the hats. A fucking hat is the king of them all. It's worth at least 15 years bad luck, or even death. I'd rather have death myself, because I just couldn't stand no 15 years of bad luck.
Relax, Bob. Let's go lie down for a while. You've been on the go for days. These 30 days aren't going to kill us. At least we're lucky that we have enough stuff to last us that long.